Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The mic. 53 is the mic.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want?
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Set. 19. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Coming fast. Let him go.
To throw on second is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A third down gain of 19. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
It's a part of that. 53.
From the 50, it's Watson. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 36.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising neither one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Blue ready. 58. Come on. Check.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready. Flag 25 behind. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Montez Sweat gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, Winston. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts in drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Get the boys down. He's coming.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. This will be caught by Brown. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36.
A gain of 12. And the Bills' 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Kendricks coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Bills.
20. Move ready.
They run the counter. Albert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Yo. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Green, triple team.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol.
54 Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Switch. Hey, 5 on the 50. Where'd you go?
On second down, it's Anderson, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Ready. Back 25 behind. 54. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on second down. Watson and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Albert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Winston. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 16 yards, a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Ready? Flag! What you got? Mike 58 right there. Time to go. Night, night. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, stop.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there, with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bills have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Watson now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Looking to throw on second down. Winston toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But now it'll be third down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. Target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. They're able to locate Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. Anderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Jim. Wait.
Play action now. Winston. This to Jarwin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53, Mike 53. Let's go, Mike 59.
The final shot before the break. Watson launching one for Henderson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Show it up, show it up. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston got an open man. It's McLeod. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
First down, Bills.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Now Winston. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready? Black, do that. Rip right, rip right. Follow. Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Dean Lowry able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now here's Ross. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
54. No timeout. Hey, 31. 54. Hey, watch the ball.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Watson operating from the gun. Going deep downfield for Ross. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue way. Wait. Don't get nervous.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
You.
They'll run on 1st down. Albert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready. Blue way. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Check it. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Green. Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Wait. 26, Mike. 26. Heavy on the edges. Wait. 26.
Winston now. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deshaun Watson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see if they... And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Let's go.
They go play action. Winston. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Albert. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Winston. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 37.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rush in. Rush in.
Winston. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Albert. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hatchet.
They'll keep it on the ground. Albert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Ready? Blue lady. 54. I got you. Let's go.
Now Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down throw. Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now it's Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 6 yards away. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 2nd and 13. Winston got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Bills.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Albert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Albert. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Spot! No! Wait! 26, Mike. Hey, we 22, jet, over. To the 22, jet, over. Put that up.
From the red zone now, Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Tough as they come, you're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, watch left. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He's at the 30. 10. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Bills 28.